I saw a post recently by Gabby Bernstein, someone that I mentored under for many years, and it stopped me in my tracks. It was a beautiful quote, and she wrote that rest is not a reward, it's a spiritual practice. And something in me softened and lit up at the same time. Not because I didn't already know this, but it was a moment of remembrance and a beautiful reminder.
This space honors all paths of connection, healing, and family, grounding ourselves in sacred teachings as we are anchored in ancient roots, ready to rise from the soil of our past. I'm Irene Stupski, here to guide you through stories, insights, and spiritual practices that will help you heal and rediscover your true belonging.
This goes beyond the sacred pause that we've talked about in past episodes. And this isn't just about stopping to catch your breath or to sit in the stillness. It's about living in rhythm, living in the rhythm with your soul. It's about building a life where rest lives in everything that you do to help combat the stress and the overwhelm. Rest is not a break from the work. It is the work. And so often I hear from my clients, I've got a lot going on right now. I need to take a break from our sessions or from my practice or from myself, basically, is what they're saying. And I always listen with compassion and I tell them they're right where they're supposed to be. But then I also gently reflect with them that these moments when life feels overwhelming, when you're pulled in every direction, those aren't the times to walk away from your spiritual practice. They're the moments when we lean in a different way. Because rest is not a retreat. It's a reunion. It's a return to your center, your heart center. And basically, it's a spiritual reset. What does this mean for an enlightened practice? It's a remembering that rest isn't laziness, that rest is presence, and presence is power. This is sacred grounding, the embodiment of your practice, living and breathing as you walk the walk, not only talk the talk. It's not about stopping your growth. It's about rooting into it, fully embodying. Just like your body knows how to breathe, the beauty of it all is that your soul knows how to be spiritual. So let it. You don't need to do more to align. You don't need to journal more. Sometimes the most spiritual thing that you can do is nothing at all. This is the enlightened practice of simply being light, not just doing all the light work. This is how we create new patterns in our everyday, not just in the mind, but in the body, in the breath, in the soul. It's powerful. And as we look at spiritual rest versus spiritual escape, let's be clear. This isn't about spiritual bypassing or avoiding responsibility of something that you've taken on yourself to create a spiritual practice of your own understanding. True rest isn't about checking out. It's about tuning in. It's choosing to engage with life from a slower, deeper frequency. It's a remembering. You are worthy of rest simply because you exist. And when you let yourself rest before you break, you teach yourself that you can allow your central nervous system to calm down and tell it it's safe. You teach your soul that it's trusted. And that kind of trust creates a deep spiritual resilience. So how do we actually make rest a spiritual practice? You don't need more time. You need more presence. We stop earning it. You don't have to deserve rest. You are deserving. Next, we ritualize it. Even the smallest moment can be a sacred invitation, a moment for the sacred pause. So try this next time that you're feeling the overwhelm coming in. Light a candle before closing your eyes. Take a deep breath in and exhale out as you place your hand on your heart. And then you whisper softly to yourself, I am safe to rest. Use your breath as a bridge back to presence. Allow yourself to sit in that energy, even for 30 seconds. We remember that being is enough and that you're not behind. You are actually in a sacred moment. So how do we rest in the stressful, busy moments? I mean, come on, let's be honest. Most of us don't struggle to rest on vacation or after the checklist is done. We struggle to rest when we're exhausted, but we're still going. The house is loud. Chaos is everywhere. The inbox is full. The text messages keep coming through. The world feels heavy. It's on the news. It's in social media. But here's the important thing. Rest isn't a destination. It's a frequency. It's a choice to be with the moment instead of trying to escape it. It's the opportunity to not look at what we should be doing, but what we are doing. So try this. Take 3 deep, conscious breaths in the middle of chaos and whisper to yourself, this moment is enough. Even when the kids are running circles around you and screaming, let your nervous system soften without waiting for permission for it to happen. You don't have to stop everything to rest. You don't have to yell at the kids to sit down and be quiet because you need that moment. You just have to be here with yourself, your sacred soul self. So now let's talk about turning everyday moments into a spiritual practice. Because I want to share something that I've discovered in my last few years of coaching and in my life as well, and in the lives of so many of my clients, that we often believe rest or any spiritual connection needs the perfect conditions like bedtime or nap time, silence, solitude, clean energy. Here's the truth. You don't need to escape your life to be spiritual. You embody spirituality through your life in new, beautiful ways. Your soul doesn't need to be quiet. You don't have to sit in stillness. You don't have to meditate. You just need to be present. That is the practice. So how do we rest with our hands so darn full? We're folding laundry. Bless the fabric. Feel the warmth. Whisper gratitude for having the clothes to fold and put away. When you're playing with your child, let your breath slow down. See the joy in their eyes in that moment. When you're making coffee, turn it into a meditation practice. Listen to the pour, the water coming out. Hold the cup with reverence and gratitude for the flavors. This is rest. This is embodiment. This is presence. And here's something that I really would love for you to hear. The resistance that we feel, the stress, the racing thoughts, the stories of, I'm not enough, I'll never get it all done, how am I going to catch up? They're born out of a belief that if we can't pause, then we've failed. If we can't get it all done, then we've failed. If I'm not everything for everybody, then we've failed. That we don't deserve stillness until everything is handled. We may say things like, I'll rest when I'm caught up. I'll breathe when I'm on vacation. I'll take a break at lunchtime. There's just too much on my plate right now. But that's the illusion. Because rest isn't what you do after you finish. It's what allows you to carry it all without burning out. That's how we do it. How can we enable the doing in everything we do? How can we bring this to life? That's the real spiritual practice. That's what brings your spiritual self fully aligned. That's what softens the resistance. That's what combats the stress and anxiety and depression. And that's the presence of your soul self. So here's my final words for today's podcast. If you're tired, if you're busy, if you're in the middle of what feels like too much, I see you. I understand you. And I want this to be your reminder that you don't need to run faster. You need to root down deeper. Be in the moment. You don't need more time. You need more presence in the time that you are. Rest is not a reward. Rest is not an afterthought. Rest is not reserved for the end of the day. Rest is the sacred rhythm of your soul, remembering who you are. It's coming back to that beautiful soul self deep within your heart center. So wherever you are right now, if you're folding laundry, driving, walking through the ache of your day, or just catching your breath in between tasks, I want you to remember this. You don't have to earn your rest. You don't need to wait for life to slow down. You are allowed to pause right here, right now, because that pause, it's not the end of your journey. It's the place where your soul begins to speak again. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are becoming. And if your spirit is whispering for a sacred place to land, a moment to reconnect, reset, and remember who you are, I invite you to join me inside the Divine Angelic Guidance community. It's a free, nourishing space created for women just like you, those who are walking with purpose, but also learning how to rest with grace. It's a place to come back home to your soul self, a sacred pause, a quiet exhale, a return to you, because you were never meant to walk this path alone. And rest, true spiritual rest, happens in the arms of remembrance. So you can join me today if you feel the call to do so by clicking the link in the show notes. Come rest, come rise, come home, and I'll meet you over in the portal. There's a lot of free stuff for you to allow yourself to learn how to be more in the moment and be spiritually on purpose. Hey, and if you like this podcast, don't forget to like and comment where comments are available, and please share with somebody who may be needing the gift of pause and rest in a beautiful spiritual way.